the Villains Talk Show.
No, it's not. I don't believe you.
But I thought we were the Heroes podcast.
Yeah. That sounds more right. More accurate.
Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show. I am one of your hosts, C4, accompanied today with Sara, Vike to my right, and below me is the great Grease Goblin. And today is not Podcast Wednesdays, it's Friday, because there was this thing on Twitch and everyone protested and didn't stream, so we just kind of, I made a little post that we just kind of took a part of it, and we were supposed to do it yesterday, but we're all lazy, so...
I was fighting a god. It was very important.
Yeah, no, we were busy. Totally, definitely, 100%. All of us were super busy.
That's a lot to unpack. Why were you busy, Sara? I was fighting a god. Not God, a god.
I mean, it was with you, so...
True enough. Just before I get going to the stream, I just wanted to say that if you wanted to start podcasting at all, give Buzzsprout a try. That's what we use. I'll post a link in the description thing, hopefully, if I remember. But yeah, it's just we've used it for the last year. It's what we use for podcasting. It's pretty much like it's how we're on every single podcasting platform is Buzzsprout. And it's cheap.
Works really well for us.
It's like $25 a month. It's so easy. Anyway, that being said, today's topic, as you can see as you're watching live, even though we can't see it because obviously it's the fourth wall. The fourth wall was a setup to a joke I had before I started the stream that I completely lost. Yes. Someone please take it away from me, or else I'm just gonna ramble.
Okay, I got this. So, to build a room, you need at least 4 walls.
Oh my
right?
god! All right, you're already banned.
Well, it depends on what shape the room is.
The fourth wall.
That's why I said at least 4 walls.
Yeah, and like, what about a ceiling and floor? Don't you need 6?
Those aren't walls.
Building a whole cube.
Yeah,
They
those
kind
aren't
of are.
walls.
They could be if you wanted them to be. It all depends on which way gravity goes. What if gravity changes?
What if gravity I guess gravity doesn't matter at that point, because if it's a cube, gravity could invert or like ingress in different ways, because
exactly, but not according to what he said, because he said the ceiling and floor can't be walls.
I'm saying they don't count as walls.
Well, whoa. If we're talking about in terms of construction, they cannot be walls. A ceiling and floor are made completely different. Even if it's a second floor ceiling and floor, they are still made completely different than walls.
That all depends on what you make your walls out of.
Most walls are made, even if you make it out of 22 gauge rebar steel, which is what you make the outside of buildings, and you make it the same roof, you're still going to have different density on those walls than you are the roof and the floor. I've done construction. Don't even try.
Yeah, like I know things for once.
But
weird.
That is not what we're supposed to be talking about.
But it's
Thank you, I can't even pronounce that. Semenhanthans. Oh my god. Samanthanzer for the follow. Today we are actually talking about the fourth wall in terms of literature, books, movies, games, what have it. 99% of everyone who is watching this, listening to this, and who's in this stream right now is automatically thinking Deadpool. But they are not the first.
No, not at all.
There's been
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even think of that.
Or Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh, well, Rock, but like outside of that, like I guess that's medium of television. But yeah, fourth wall breaks have been in medium. Even I remember, like if you read, I've just been trying to think of it the whole time. I think it's the 12th Night or it's the Tempest. It's one of Shakespeare plays. That's it. You address the audience. Oh, well, I'm a fucking idiot. It's Hamlet. Every one of Hamlet's soliloquies are not for Hamlet. are not for, because no one else is around to hear it on stage. Every one of the soliloquies are for the audience. And so when you first read Hamlet, at least back in Shakespeare's time, that was the whole point of it. It wasn't even telling what Hamlet's position was. Hamlet was talking with the audience and trying to engage the audience. That being said, why are we talking about Fourth Wall today? Well, Sara was lucky enough to have seen That Guy.
What? Free Guy?
Free Guy, yeah, that movie. That I thought was going to be crap, but apparently it's pretty good.
No, it was great.
But I don't really want to talk about the movie as much as I want to. I want to talk about my predilection towards that movie, because I've heard now it's really good. And I've seen reviews on it that's come out pretty well. But my prediction for that was it was going to be crap. And here's why. It's not because when I look at something like by Deadpool, as soon as I heard about the Deadpool movies, every single one, I had full faith they would be great. Because how do I explain it? I want to say the writing, but it's not even the writing. The portrayal of fourth wall breaks are meant to engage the audience in different ways. When you use Deadpool as the best example, Deadpool engages the audience in a comedic way. He knows what you're thinking. He's able to reference things in pop culture that make us laugh. But you can also look at a fourth wall break like in Birdman, if you've ever seen that movie. The moment where Michael Keaton goes, and if you haven't seen this scene, I suggest go watching just this scene. Michael Keaton gets locked out of this stage in New York, in Madison Square Garden, or in Times Square, in his underwear, and he has to walk. And this was actually filmed without telling anyone this was happening. I remember reading about this on the news, but he staged this whole walk where he just walked through the audience that was actually watching the stage production of Birdman on stage. And the whole point was, now you're doing a stage production with Edward Norton and Michael Keaton that's being turned into a movie, but now you're bringing the audience into it. And Birdman, because it's kind of funny, but the whole point is you get the fourth wall breaks from Michael Keaton, and the whole point of it is to basically engross you into his life and make you feel the same way he does in the despair and in the typhoon that is his life. Another great example of that, but to a lesser extent, but is one of my more favorite movies, is anyone out there, hopefully you've seen Being John Malkovich. Have you never seen that movie, Grease Goblin?
No.
I haven't either. Does that really surprise you? I haven't seen anything.
People in the chat. There's people in the chat. Anyone seen Being John Malkovich? Like, anyone? All right. So this movie, I can't think of the director. I can't think of the other actors, but John Malkovich, if you know who that actor is, he's I'm trying to think of what parts he plays. He plays an old bald man usually now in most of his, in sometimes serious, sometimes comedy. He usually plays the drama. Anyway, so this movie is about two office workers, and one looks under their desk one day and sees a door. And they go through the door and they drop down this hole, and next thing you know, they open their eyes and they're in the body of John Malkovich. And eventually, as the story progresses, both co-workers go through it, and eventually John Malkovich finds out what's going on, and he goes through the door himself. But all he sees is, I believe he just sees everyone with his face. It's just everyone is John Malkovich. But the reason I bring this up about the fourth wall is the idea is the fourth wall in that movie, the break, is when John Malkovich realizes what's going on, and he has this breakdown scene where you're acting as he is the audience. he is the audience because he's playing a celebrity that is part of the audience, but he's being controlled by the actors. And it's this really great scene. I wish I remembered. And he has this whole existential crisis of where he starts and where these two office workers end. And I find plays like that, like uses of that kind of fourth wall break, are extremely hard. Where you can use it for comedy a lot easier. To collapse this all back to my initial point, the reason I was scared about Free Guy is because it's a blockbuster, it's a mega blockbuster Hollywood movie, and sometimes they spend more time on the actors and the effects than they do the actual substance of the story.
For that, you have to keep in mind that it was written and directed by Ryan Reynolds and I can't remember the other guy.
I don't know,
but the other guy who plays Korg in
yes, Taika Waititi.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be really good or it's going to be Green Lantern.
Because I remember, like, if you guys have ever heard of, I've mentioned it a couple times on the stream, called Viva La Dirt League.
Yes, you have.
They have a series that's been running for like 8 or 9 years called Epic NPC Man. They are actually extremely. They're one of my big pools of creativity when I want to make a new D&D or a new LARP character, because every one of their skits for Epic NPC Man are just, what if this NPC in any old MMO just all of a sudden knew they were an NPC. And so I have, it's not that I couldn't see that being good. It's, I've seen it develop over 8 years from this small crew in New Zealand, and they've been able to basically pull that off so well that, again, they're not directly talking to the audience, but I'm going to actually get Viva La Dirt League and post it in the chat. But their whole thing,
pretty good.
Their whole thing is just showing what it would be like if an NPC actually knew what they were doing. And so, yeah, I'm guessing with the reviews, and Sarah, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing they do find that stride in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
What's definitely. It called? Free Guy.
It's like, it doesn't, it's not, it's breaking the fourth wall, or the characters in it aren't breaking the fourth wall. The movie itself certainly is referencing a lot of real life things. There's references to Marvel and to Star Wars. No big surprise. It's all Disney, right? So.
Yeah.
Is it a Disney movie?
Yeah. Jan actually had to look it up on the way home because he didn't think it was. It is. It's not specifically like Disney. It's some subsidiary company.
Mega stupid corporation. Disney stupid. Mega.
Everything is. Literally everything is.
Eventually, we will be Disney too.
I refuse.
You're not going to sell your soul.
Think of the sellout. Think of how big of a sellout we can be.
I mean, that would make sense. Sell out to Disney, the ultimate villain move.
Exactly.
Now we're only on Disney Plus.
No, by that point it'll be Disney Plus podcasts.
I see.
Yeah. To Disney,
whole separate service.
I can't wait to go down to my Disney Plus store and buy my groceries. My Mickey Mouse ramen, my Mickey Mouse ramen noodles, and my instant Donald Duck pizzas.
I'm down as long as they sell the full-on turkey legs that you can get at Disney parks.
Oh yeah,
that's the only reason I would be down with this.
What?
What?
You've never had a turkey leg?
Do you not know what this is? Are you confused?
I just need more explanation.
I want the Disney Plus store to sell fully cooked turkey legs. For
it's that right there. The fully cooked turkey leg.
Yes.
like medieval style, like literally just a giant piece of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you never seen? You've been to Highland
It's
Games.
about
They have
like
them
that
there.
big.
I've seen that in movies. I've never actually seen someone eat one of those, and I'm sure if I did,
I ate 2.
Wow.
I was gonna say they'd be grossly obese, but answers give the universe provides the answers, I guess.
I mean,
Never seen anyone eat those.
Never. I've been to medieval fairs. I've LARPed at medieval fairs, and I've never seen anyone eat a giant motherfucking turkey leg. I mean, I've been to Jewish. It's Rosh Hashanah. I've been to Jewish houses, and we've seen like a lamb leg, and we like share it amongst 6 people, or like we'll have like I would see a turkey leg that would feed me and my sisters. Like, are you kidding? Like, just an entire like.
Oh yeah, they're huge. It's
well, no shit. I'm not surprised.
The Disney parks have them.
Dude,
for sure.
I could just imagine seeing these 2 thunderous sized people with their children on segways or little scooters eating their turkey legs with like, it's not even fries, it's a basket of gravy. And they just dunk their gravy and just with their extra large Coke.
That's pretty accurate.
Eventually
in America.
Eventually, it's going to say, instead of you're too tall to ride this ride, it's going to say you have to be at least this. You have to be within these bars to ride this ride. If you are wider than these bars, you cannot ride this.
Walk between these 2 bars without knocking them over.
You can't walk between these 2 bars. Unabated. You have to be able to get up and walk between these 2 bars. You can ride this ride.
Then it'll just be Wall-E, and look, Disney will have been right all along.
You know what the problem is? They'll never do that because Six Flags will never get anyone going.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm surprised that Disneyland or Six Flags hasn't like opened and like just a theme park for like food, like in their like Disneyland.
They have.
Disney kind of has, yeah.
That's what Star Wars Land is.
Is it? I was thinking Epcot. Epcot is pretty. There's food everywhere.
But I mean, like
Galaxy's Edge, they don't really have rides. They have the build your own lightsaber, build your own droid, and then a bunch of food.
I see.
Cause like, imagine like, I'm surprised Disney doesn't have like food tourist passes. You don't get, not ride passes. You just get like this voucher so you can like eat everywhere because you've paid a certain price. So they just.
You mean like Stampede?
Like except like a literal all you can eat like ticket vouchers. So
I'm sure you can probably buy them. You can buy like meal plans in the parks.
Oh yeah, you can.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Damn. They probably do.
Disney. It's so smart. Thinking way ahead of me. No wonder they have billions and trillions of dollars. And they just bought Fox News. The greatest. Yeah. The obviously the most trusted and well-respected news media outlet out there.
Yes, always.
Yeah. That's why Disney bought them.
Yep. No other reason.
Back to Fourth Wall. One of my favorite Fourth Wall movies. I guess. Yeah, no, I would argue it's a Fourth Wall movie. The original Space Jam.
Yeah.
I've still never seen more than the first 20 minutes of that.
How?
I got distracted and went and laid on a beach in the middle of the night with someone who had just thrown up in a bush.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yes. She was fine in the end.
And this was like 2 weeks ago, right?
No, this was 2 years ago, but same place.
Context? You don't have to tell the whole story, but
it was the end of camp, and we were watching Space Jam, but then they decided to go light off some fireworks, and then one friend of mine, for some unknown reason, went and threw open a bush, and then we sat on the beach and talked for 3 hours. That's all the context there is.
Excuse me, Sarah. I need to excuse for just a moment. Oh, what are you gonna do? All right, I'm good.
Pretty much. She actually tried to walk back up the path to the dining hall, and we had to tell her to sit down. So. Yeah.
Well, that's
a story.
You asked, literally.
Oh, yeah, no, I did. I thought there would be more sense to be had, and foolish me for
it really wasn't.
For thinking that there was something else.
I have no idea when she puked in the bush. She was just not feeling good. She was dizzy.
It's all that outdoors air. Goddamn.
Yeah, probably.
That camp you keep telling us about. One day we have to stream from there.
We do.
There's no internet.
We'll put up a tower.
Yeah. We'll bring our own internet.
What?
Yeah, so since Sarah hasn't seen it, I mean, you've seen the first 20 minutes. It's Michael Jordan, and there's so many people wreck that movie for how bad it is and how horrible Michael Jordan acted, but it's not about Michael Jordan. It's about the fact that Bill Murray's in that movie, and I always forget his name. The assistant. He's so funny. He's in Jurassic Park. Fat guy, glasses, curly hair.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. The short, fat, glasses, curly hair guy from Jurassic Park.
Very descriptive. I totally know exactly who you're talking about, yes.
I don't know. Maybe I just biased because I grew up with that movie. It is one of those movies you just kind of... I mean, that and Existence, but I didn't understand it when I was a kid. It took me a lot longer. I was like...
I have seen Jurassic Park, but only once.
I mean, at least you've seen it. I'm not even gonna... I mean, at least you've seen it, right?
I don't remember it. Someone made me watch
Wayne
it.
Knight.
Probably Jan.
I'm gonna forget that name right now.
Wayne Elliott Knight.
Now it's gonna be hard to forget it.
Wayne Elliott Knight.
There you go. Now it's taking up space in your brain.
You know,
anyway,
it's just like Candyman. You have to say it 5 times and then he'll appear.
Let's go around since I gave
Wayne Elliott Knight, Wayne Elliott Knight, Wayne Elliott Knight. Now between us,
I gave my favorite fourth wall property. Let's move over to Sarah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, no question about it. I love that movie. It is hilarious, and the fourth wall breaks they're just so much fun.
He's such an asshole.
He is an asshole, but it's
the
fun.
Worst friend.
Yeah, pretty much. He sucks.
I could not get over that movie, and how do people like that movie? Like, I just what a piece of shit. His friend is actually sick, doesn't care. Gets to take his
that's the thing,
no, his friend is sick. His friend is sick.
Cameron? No, he's really not. I would say he's probably depressed.
But he's still actually sick. It doesn't matter. He's depressed, and he takes his dad's car, and then oh man, just what a piece of crap. So mad at that movie. I mean, it's great.
I've enjoyed it,
but
I think it's fun.
God, what a and he's such a dick to the principal, and the principal is not even an asshole. He just wants him to go to school.
He's a total creep, though.
Okay, yeah.
Principals don't go to kids' houses to check if they're sick or not.
Wait,
you do if you care about the kids' education.
Sure?
I don't feel like he does care about the kids' education. He just cares about proving himself right.
I think you're just looking at it from the lens of Ferris Bueller, which is what the way the whole movie is framed.
Potentially, but the principal is still creepy. He should have called his parents.
He does! And then he fakes the numbers.
And then he doesn't believe them and goes to his house like a creep.
Because they're not actually his parents. He had every right not to. Like, I understand what you're saying, but if you're sitting there as a teacher, Sarah, and one of your students, 17 years old student, goes, "Oh, no, he's so sick." You're telling me you're going to buy that bullshit?
No, but I'm not.
You're not. Yeah, you're not. You're not going to buy that bullshit. So no.
I'm not going to go to their house and try to, like, break in, though.
You know, it was a different time in the 80s. Okay.
I'm just going to be like, well, too bad for them. They're missing out. Hope they can catch up. And then.
But I'm just saying, you know, I just wanted to hear it from your mouth. Would you buy that bullshit? And the answer was no. And so he had credence.
Yeah, but not to go to their house and try to break in.
I'll give you
that.
Not okay. I'll give you that. But he was just.
Wait.
I would still say
your principals didn't break into your house?
No.
I just think he's not as bad as a guy as you think in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Probably not, but
it's like in Saved by the Bell. Zach, the main character, the hugest.
Bold of you to assume I've seen the movie.
What?
Bold of you to assume I've seen that movie.
Saved by the Bell is a show.
Oh yeah, that show.
See,
I
remember it.
He was also
a lot of it.
To the extent that I don't even know what it is.
Anyway, Ferris Bueller's Day Off fails. I don't think the principal was in the wrong. I think no. I think
and by potentially the least studious of us when we were all in high school. Does that make sense? No, I give up.
All right, south of the border.
One of the three of us who would have skipped the most high school. How about that? Yeah, exactly. You're the one. Never mind.
The trick is... No, I'm not going to say that. I can't say that on Twitch.
Do it. Say it.
The trick is to be good at tests. Because if you get 100%...
Honestly, yeah.
If you get 100% in tests, doesn't matter how much homework people like Sarah give you. If you get 100% in the test...
hate homework.
You can just kind of slide it back towards them and say, this is for people who don't know what they're doing. And not many teachers will argue with you at that point.
Yeah, except the way that things are done has changed in recent years, so you're going to run into problems with that.
Yeah, more so right now. It is based off a good chunk of the your grades are based off of homework and projects and all that. From what
exactly. A lot less is based on tests now, and a lot of evaluations are done in other ways than tests.
And I might have never passed school, so thank God.
Lots of oral exams.
Let's go south of the border. What favorite fourth wall property? If you say Deadpool, I'm gonna yeet you out of the screen.
Deadpool is a fun one for sure.
I mean, it definitely is.
That's such low-hanging apple fruit.
I am going to go with honestly, Rocko's Modern Life was a really good one, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised you watched that.
Yeah, I watched it a lot. I watched the movie that came out recently too.
Me too, dude. I'm actually impressed you watched that because that came out when I was 6 years old, 7 years old.
And the best part is, if you actually watched if you watched Cartoon Network as well, Heifer also appears in Camp Laszlo.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Older though. No, younger. Oh, yeah. He would be younger.
Older.
No, because Heifer is 40.
Yeah,
Rocko's Modern Life. And because Rocco is 45. He says that one time in the show. He's like 40. He's 45 or 46. Which makes it even better. You're watching a show about two adults go through life. And
3 adults. You're forgetting about Filbert.
And the neighbor and how all the neighbor's wife wants to do is sleep with Rocco.
Right?
I loved that show. Anyway, we hit 30 minutes. That's pretty much our show. I'm sorry people
So
had
exciting.
nothing better to do. I'm glad you spent it with us here. Below me was the great Grease Goblin. Beside me was Sara Vike. And
Was I?
as always,
Or were you beside Sarah?
Excellent
I am
question.
C4.
Are you?
Are you?
And we are
I
the
thought you were
villains of the Villains
Insanieac.
Talk Show. Catch us Sunday
Worshiper Andrew.
for, I guess we're going to start up 2 shots again. So back to
No,
regular
no.
schedule. So 2 shot Sundays and Talk Show Wednesdays. Catch the podcast anywhere you want to get podcasts in like any medium, whatever. If Apple, Spotify, just look up the Villains Talk Show. You'll find us to find old
Everything
episodes,
but
or you can
one
catch
of
them on Twitch, or go to After Good on YouTube to find our other YouTube videos. Otherwise, like, share, follow, subscribe, jazz. Thank you for the guy who followed. Thank you for watching, and I'm just gonna awkwardly end it now.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Everyone cheer!
Yay!
Yay, awkward endings.
We're good at those. Not as good without Andrew, though.
Oh no, we're better without Andrew because he's so charismatic.